Today we are here with S Phangnon Konyak, the first lady in the Rajya Sabha who is going to represent the Nagaland state. In the parliament after 45 years after Ranu Shaiza. She will be the first lady, the second lady, in fact. But when it comes to Rajya Sabha, upper house in the parliament, she is going to be the first lady who is going to represent Nagaland and as a woman representing the state. Now we'll get to know more about as a person what S Phangnon Konyak is. So let us go and let us chat a little bit, get to know her a little more about beyond politics also. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us this time and accepting our request to have an interaction with you today. So, ma'am, first of all, if you can kindly introduce yourself and let our viewers know a little bit about who Phangnon Konyak is as a person.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Phangnon Konyak, born and brought up in Mon, but I did my schooling outside of Mon. I studied in Dimapur, did my 11th, 12th in Shillong, then did my graduation and master's in Delhi. And growing up, I was always involved in many other activities apart from academics. Okay. And usually it was to do with student unions, and then with social organizations, taking up social causes. And also, I had an NGO. I have an NGO. Like I was working in an NGO. So, and we took up a lot of like issues, and there were many projects that we worked on in my district. Mm-hmm. So, my background basically is a bit of activism, a bit of social work, and community-based organizations. Mm-hmm. After that, since like 2003, I started getting involved in politics. And then, the usual part, like we start with campaigning, supporting one candidate, and then we start campaigning for him. So I started like that. And till now, I was not affiliated to any party. Mm-hmm. So involving myself in politics and seeing that politics is the highest policy-making body, it is very important for all of us that we should be aware. True. Why I'm saying this is because we have many people in the state who say, I'm not interested in politics, or else politics is not my cup of tea, which is totally wrong, because politics is everything. And we have to have a healthy interest in it. The trend, the politics that we have now and the trend that we see is, people see politicians as people who are power hungry, who are into this power thing. And also, they don't have a very good outlook of it. It's all money and power. Mm-hmm. But that is not it. Politics is about policy making. And these are decisions that affect our life. All our lives, like it's affecting everything. So politics is something which everyone should take a healthy interest in. And our outlook towards politics should be different from what we have now. Mm-hmm. So considering many factors, I joined BJP. Okay. Because I could see its organizational strength and the growth trajectory that the party has. That interested me.
I'm just cutting you in, but Nagaland being a Christian state, since you have come into BJP party and politics, so I'm just pointing out on that. So Nagaland as a Christian state, we call it, and a maximum of are Christian, those staying in Nagaland. So we have been, as a Naga, Nagas have been apprehensive about BJP party from the very beginning. Before it was not much, now it has accelerated the apprehension. So besides that apprehension by the Nagas as a whole, why did you, besides the other regional parties, we had regional parties, so besides that, what made you decide to join BJP and not the other regional party where you also could have done, a difference in the society?
This is a favorite question that I think everyone wants to ask people who are in BJP.
Exactly.
Being a Christian state, why did you join BJP? See, politics and religion is totally different. My faith is my faith, and politics is a part of my life, and this is something. So we should learn to differentiate, because sometimes many people overlap many things to their own advantage, right? And then they try to twist things. But politics is very different and religion is a different case. So yes, Nagaland is a Christian state. We are all Christians. I'm a Christian. But politics is different, because every political party, they sort of have their color. BJP, why I joined? Why BJP? BJP plays politics of development. Why not? Why not join? I need development. My state needs development. Why not join BJP? Why not work for it? Because BJP has an ideology. When we use the word ideology, we should not connect it again to the Hindutva thing. Because ideology is an English word and everyone uses it. So there is nation first, party second, individual last. So that is a very good formula for bringing in development, right? Because when you don't have a clear-cut agenda, aim and goal, where are you headed? But when you have the thing of first the nation, then the party, then comes the individual. Then that is a policy ideology which works. So I joined BJP because it plays the politics of development.
So you have not been, before that also, you have not been interested in joining other regional parties?
Regional parties, see, if you want to learn, national party is the place to learn. Because national parties take into consideration many factors being a national party. And if you want to learn, why limit yourself to a regional mindset and stay there in that place? And your scope does not go beyond that. So if you want to learn from the best. And that way one's scope also broadens. Because being a national party, you have your presence in all the states. So there are many things that you can learn. Dynamics are different in all the different states. But being one party gives you the feeling of a family, and there's this knowledge sharing. Everything is there, so it's shared. So your scope for learning widens. So why limit yourself to one place, make the walls very thick and stay there? Why not learn?
Explore more.
Yeah.
Ma'am, next will be about, when we come to women in particular in our society, we have seen and we have experienced, no doubt we have been given the freedom, like the men folk going to school, like in other activities, in other fields, say. But when it comes to decision making or politics, we have been, kept aside or, behind, or maybe not given a chance to go beyond our comfort zone, like on the household.
To go beyond their comfort zone.
Their comfort zone, not our comfort zone, exactly. But in the meantime also, when we, as a woman also, we say like, we have not been given a chance also. But just lately only we've seen some women coming forward to participate in politics, right? Or before they were not much. And when it comes to election or decision making, women has not been also that forward also. I don't know whether you have, seen that, experienced that or not. But maybe men folk might have not been encouraging also. But women, as women, we have not been by ourselves, have not been forwarding, in participation of that. What do you have to say in that? And we have seen ULB fiasco, before, and it has been held. The ULB election has been held for quite a long years. So what do you have to say on that, breaking these ice,
First, breaking this ice, you said. So first, women have to break the ice themselves.
Right.
First point, women should support women and create an enabling environment for women to come forward. I do not say anything about the men, but right now, first thing is women should create enabling environment for women to come forward. We should be supportive of each other, because what we see now is, sometimes we say many things, but then in the end, it comes down to women, because we are homemakers and we teach in our kitchens and in our homes, we teach our children. So when we teach our children, we should make the environment good for our daughters, right? So it starts with us. And also, decision making earlier, yes, the trend was very different. But these days, it's not like that. We see that women are also being consulted in many things. So, and I don't want to, when I speak, I want to speak of what I see, the positive part, even if it's a little bit, because that positivity, it percolates everywhere. So one positive thing is that I see women are being consulted in decision makings. And this message should go out. Then only more participation will be there. But when we just focus on women are neglected, women are not taken into consideration, women's opinion are not considered, then all these things, again, that goes out, magnifies. So we should focus on that little positive that women are consulted in decision making. They are. When it comes to the political process, we are very much an active part of it. From the beginning of the campaign till the polling day, we are there. But then when women, there are many women who want to contest. There are many women, but then for them, many factors hold them back. For example, financial. You have to be financially strong to be a candidate, because the politics here is more focused on power and, money, financial strength. So one factor can be that. Another factor can be like, acceptance. Because women's identities are also, very fluid.
Yes.
So that means sometimes, and total acceptance is also not there. So those things also come into play. But then I think the mentality of the people in general are changing. And now people are open to the idea, especially the younger generation. They are open to the idea of women leadership. And so very soon, in the near future, we will definitely have women legislatures. We will. Because there are women who are capable, many women who are capable, and who are coming forward. So yes.
Right, ma'am. As you have said, women have been coming forward a lot, and they have been more capable than men in many fields, as we are seeing and experiencing in our state itself, in our society. Like in the field of education, women has been doing much better, outperforming them, the boys. So government has passed the women reservation. They have, after consultation with all the NGOs, with all the HOHOs, stakeholders, they have already passed the 33% reservation for women in our ULB and municipal elections. So besides the reservation, as a woman, what do you think if Naga women would have gone, ahead without the reservation, or we would have, have grabbed the right, or have decided to go by ourselves, even without the reservation, we would have come through that. Do you think that that would have been possible? There is just a personal opinion that we want to share, as a woman. Like well and good, government after the consultation has passed the 33% reservation, because as we know, practically when we come, there has to be something to break through. But just your opinion, just just a discussion in your opinion, really, without the reservation, women would have been possible to come out, would have been given a chance, a platform.
Yes, without reservation, definitely a few women would have definitely go through the thing, and they would have passed the elections. But then that would have been a very negligible number to make an impact. So that is why the government, in its wisdom, has put forward this, constitutional. They have put it forward in the constitution and given a constitutional provision for women to participate. Because a negligible amount will take many years to make an impact. But when you put that reservation for a certain period of time, and then women come forward, then the impact is there. So, yeah, definitely women have won. But then it would have been a negligible number. And by passing the reservation now, it will make the impact felt.
And hopefully we get to see more women in the,
we are getting to see now.
Right, exactly.
In a few months' time.
Right. So I'm just jumbling up the question, but before we go further, can you just let our viewers also know that whether you have any political background before from any of your family, your parents, like before you got interested or got into it?
Well, not my immediate family. But of course, they have been involved politically, yes, in the town council elections and all, some of my immediate family, but not so much on a very large scale.
Okay.
But politics was something which I was always interested in since I was a kid. So.
Okay. So that is what we see now, the result of the interest in politics now. Yeah. So, ma'am, now coming back to, yes, you are from Otting village.
Yes.
Yeah. So your native is Otting, and there has been, like people has been commenting a lot in social media when your candidature came out, and there has been a lot of comments from different platforms. So now to make things clear out to our viewers also, can you kindly share about after the incident in Otting in December 3rd, the massacre,
For December 4th.
December 4th, the massacre. So after that incident, people has been commenting like she is from that is her native village, and then nothing has been done, no voice, she did not voice out, nothing came out during that. So I mean, when a lot of groups have came out voicing and coming and participating for justice for Otting village, and being a native of that village, nothing is, we didn't see, or like maybe in the public, maybe it was not seen, but people have been commenting. So what do you have to say on that?
When that incident happened, I was here in Kohima. I heard that firing was going on. Then I asked the report. Then they said it's like that. So immediately from Kohima, I moved to Mon. I was planning to go to Utting, but by then, because it's very far. So midnight I started. Then by the time I reached, then the bodies were already, firing had stopped, and the bodies were already taken to Mon, and there was a meeting going on. They said so. I went straight to Mon. I reached Mon. And events unfolded. It just went next day.
Yeah.
This thing. So it was whole night of travel, then this. At that point of time, to those people who mattered, there were people that we kept in touch and we informed them. So it was not like there wasn't much time to, really highlight this in social media. What we usually do is we highlight many things on social media. But people also have to have that certain sensitivity, because it was something which happened to me. And there are different types, personalities of people. Like some people, something happens to them and they go all emotional on social media. They go everywhere like that. So, but for me, it was a very personal thing. So whatever we did, we were doing it. But then there was no time to highlight many things on social media. Of course, there were people who were calling. So we were like, this is happening. So most of the time it was like we were trying to call people and speak to them. This is happening. They're saying internet is being stopped, so it should be restored. So those things were going on. So we were taking care of many general things. Also, when some things like this personal happens, then we cannot just go on social media and do, but then sometimes we do silent things which have a lot of impact. And you don't want to take everything to social media. So yes, I've seen all the comments, but then it's all right because everyone has their own understanding. I'll tell you one thing, one small example. People tend to throw shade on you as per their own sins. Example, this is just an example. Like I've received a lot of shade for that, but I don't mind because in my conscience I'm clear. So whatever we've done, we are bringing things to a logical conclusion with the villagers, like we've discussed. Because see, we have to understand that this is something like the whole village has gone through trauma, including us, all of us, including my people. Exactly. And then when people are very insensitively saying all these things, then we try to understand why all this is coming. No, we try to understand where is all this coming from. Like, example, when my name was shortlisted, just shortlisted, not selected. Just the shortlisting brought in a barrage of bullets from everywhere. Then I tried to see where it was coming from. Then I found out some people are throwing shade on my moral character. Then I found out, oh, she has that thing. So because of her background, she's throwing shade at me in that angle. Someone says I have a hand in every politician's pocket. Okay. Then I try to understand and say, oh, because she has that, then they're like that. No, he or she. So it's like that. People tend to throw shit, but it's okay. I don't mind because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And for me, my intention, my aim, my goal, these things are very clear. So yes, people they will have many opinions, but I will go and do my work. What I want, what I'm planning to do, what my aim is, I will go into that. Because if all these opinions start affecting me, how can I achieve my goals?
You cannot go forward.
Yeah.
Right. So that is good, clear and loud, message to the people. Like we have been doing a lot behind the scene, but of course, yeah, such a incident that had happened that is really emotional, and I think no sensible person will, keep on updating in social media too. Yeah. So regarding selection or shortlisting in the for the Rajya Sabha as candidate, was that purely party decision and watching for you? How did it all happen and you have been shortlisted? Because there were more candidates than you were. So how did it all happen?
Politics is about strategy and timing. I was aiming for this since last year.
Okay.
So I was working towards it slowly in my way, in my own way. There are some things in politics that you can divulge to everyone, but there are some moves that you have to make quite on your own. That is politics. You have to know how to maneuver. So when I learned, like the time that they're setting up the panel for the Rajya Sabha, I put in my application.
Okay.
Many people had already put in their applications, so mine was just when they were about to set up the panel, I put in my application. There were, of course, many candidates and all deserving candidates. All of them come with very good experience. And they shortlisted the names. After that, they had the panel discussions, shortlisting of names and all. I did not campaign or, ask people to help so much as in. After putting in my application, I just was waiting because whatever homework I had to do, I had done. Then after that, there was a lot of names going around everywhere. Right. This likely, that person is likely. So like that, the names were shortlisted. So we were waiting what will happen, what the party, and this is purely a party matter. And BJP is a party which has a central leadership. So our central leadership, they take the final call on this. So we put in we had to put in our applications. Right. So I also put in my application and I was the only female who had put in the application among all the intending candidates.
10, right? Altogether 9.
I don't know exactly. I heard 9, I heard 12 also. So I don't know. Yeah. But among them, I was the only woman who had put in the application.
Because among the 10, there were 2 NDPP candidates also.
Really? I don't know that.
Commanded the other,
Oh, okay.
When we had a sideline interview with him.
Okay.
So among them, you were the only women candidate.
Yes, I was the only women candidate. So I think maybe included and shortlisted. And finally, the party leadership, they took this decision to give me the party ticket, and for which I'm very grateful. Because among all the parties, BJP is one party which really takes women empowerment and inclusiveness in the working system of the party, in the working of the party, and everything very seriously. So in every level of the party, you will find women leadership. And BJP as a party really gives women empowerment, that push. So that space is created for women to come forward and take leadership. So the party, yes, has been very kind enough, and I'm grateful for it.
So now you have been unanimously, selected or elected.
Elected.
Yes, now elected. Before selected, now elected.
Yeah.
So elected as the member for the upper house representing Nagaland.
Yes.
So I know this is going to be a common question, but what is the main thing that I wanted to ask is the main thing that you wanted to see a change in the state, representing the state in the upper house? You want to see in future or during your term, a change that you want to see in the state and particularly also among the women?
Okay. So your question, let me bring it to, there are many changes that I want to see. But let me narrow it down, or maybe just angle it a little bit towards the change I want to see in women.
Okay.
In the coming general elections, I definitely would want to see that a woman is elected to the Nagaland Legislative Assembly.
Yeah, it's just next year.
Next year. And there is a goal which can be achievable if we work towards it. So that is one thing I want to see.
When I said the state also, because as you are going to represent
The state
in the upper house and voice out for the people, Naga people.
Yes.
So what change? Say like we are having an issue with the AFSPA, Armed Forces Power Act also, and since you have seen, you would have felt, the hardship that has gone through with the incident that had happened in your native also. So regarding that also, what is your opinion that you are going to raise, or how we are going to, because we have seen our last representative for predecessors, that are representatives from the state, they have been trying to voice out also, but that has not done much on, we have not seen much effect or impact that had happened. And now with from the PGP party, now the center has been under the PGP party, and you have a central leader up there, and now you are in the state, you are representing again the party, from the party. So how are you going
the stand of the government of the day on AFSPA is the stand I will also see, because the government represents the people's representatives, and they will bring the opinion of the people forward, and the government will take a stand. So that in that discussion we will take a stand according to the government and the people, because the government is the people's representatives. So the voice that the people bring out, we will definitely take it forward. But we should also understand this in one angle, that this is one. AFSPA is a very contentious issue. And the whole of Northeast and, Jammu and Kashmir, like all the states, they have been very vocal about it. So this issue has been going on for a very long time. And whatever, the discussions, we will discuss all this with our representatives and see what they have to say. We will discuss it with the people, and then if there are issues that they want to take me, definitely, because I'm there to represent their voices. I'll just be a platform for the voices of the people to voice out their aspirations and their issues, their desires, their wishes. So definitely.
Because we will be looking forward, because, we hardly get enough time to speak.
But one point I also want to put the example, because in this case, if we say anything, then people just blow it out of proportion when it comes to AFSPA. So we should, so in a way, example, issues like this, they don't give us a healthy space for discussion, because immediately we take our stance. But then we should also try to focus properly and think of ways and means to go around it, like to discuss about it, and then come to a, good understanding of how it should be, give some suggestions. It should be constructive suggestions that maybe we can take this forward. See, this is not good in AFSPA. These things are really against this thing, so these changes can be made. So like that, if we can have a common sharing thing, then, slowly, like, all these issues can be addressed.
Same like AFSPA. Again, our Naga political issue. That is one. All these years we have been, asking for the settlement, early solution, and just just yesterday, the assembly just got over, and it has been decided again that facilitator will be doing their best again. So they also reaffirm that this time, not election for solution. We will not go ahead with the same slogan again, but we have to do something that is, good for all the people, and we have to bring all the groups together, as a facilitator. That is what they reaffirm again in the assembly. And now, because we will be just, you and the facilitator, the legislature also will be just representing the people voice with the other groups, different groups. So in that part, how are you going to take forward with that also? What is your...
See, the negotiating teams are there, so they will do the negotiation. As a representative of the people and not a part of the negotiating team, we will, of course, as reaffirmed, we will also reaffirm the same thing and request them to take it forward and bring to a logical and honorable solution which is acceptable to all.
Because this is one thing I think.
Because we are not in the negotiating. Exactly. We are not negotiating. We are not in the table.
The facilitator is not going to sign the
yes.
agreement.
So on our part, yes, we will request them take it forward, because everyone wants a lasting, honorable, peaceful solution. So we will request them. We will push them. It is for them, in their wisdom, to decide and bring the aspirations of the people, because that is what the people want. We want peace. So if they can come to a good understanding, conclusion, it is good for all of us. So yes, it's the same.
So, ma'am, can you tell us, yesterday you have been handed over the certificate also in the election office. Yes. So can you kindly highlight what all happened, what exactly happened there, and your taking up of the office also? Can you share with the people?
Yesterday was the last date of withdrawal, 24th. So after 3 p.m., because there was no other intent, there was no other candidate. So I was elected unopposed. So after 3 p.m. we went and we got the certificate from the returning officer. So after the certificate, now we will have the swearing in ceremony there at the oath taking at the parliament, which will happen soon. So once that is done, then officially I will take over office. Yeah.
Till April 2, I think.
April 2nd is the tenure of our
the last
present of our present.
Yeah. So can you show us the certificate also? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this was handed over by the return officer. Right. Okay. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
We will be looking forward, a lot of expectation from our people, and especially from the women section also. I know there will be different groups having different opinions, but yeah, we are so proud to have a women representative for our state, and being a woman, so proud also at the same time. And we'll be looking forward for more improvement, more changes, particularly among the women also, and an encouragement for all the women, not only in our state, but all over the country, to come forward and voice out for the people also. So at last, you want to have give some message to the people?
Yeah, I seek everyone's prayers, because through faith, I have come this far. And to go forward, I need everyone's prayers and blessings. So I seek your guidance and your prayers. And I hope that in the days to come, I will be able to fulfill, if not all, at least a fraction of the aspirations that the people have, and also what I have, because there are many things that I have in mind that I want to do. And by God's grace, I hope that those things can be achieved. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So with that, we have come to an end with a talk, informal chit chat. I get to know with S Phangnon Konyak, the women representative, the first women representative in the Rajya Sabha, in the upper house of the parliament from the state of Nagaland. And thank you so much, ma'am. And we have known from her now, like she has been contributing maybe in her own small way, but from the very beginning as a girl child, she has been having a big dream, and as an adult, she has been contributing a lot to the society, working as an activist, as a social activist, and she has been working a lot for positive change in the society and among the women. And now, as she's going to represent the state of Nagaland, women, particularly she has a focus on a women folk, and we look forward for more changes and more improvement or more positive changes in the state, among the women folk in Nagaland state. And she let her be an encouragement, an example, a good example to all the women folk and to all the men folk also in other parts of the country. With Kevilili Mehta, this is Lorani Changnao reporting from NLTV from Kohima.
Piles Cure Center, address Burma Camp, Walford Road, opposite Police Point, Dimapur.